Hello and welcome. This review's actually been requested, and requested for a long time. Probably a couple of months, so the viewer who requested it probably isn't around anymore. In my defense, it took me like 2 weeks or something to get the musty smell out of this comic book, and then it went into a giant stack, and I kind of forgot about it. But specifically, the review was, hey, you didn't like this season of Project Superpowers. The current run that's going on now with the weird Pandora whatever. I really stopped caring at some point. I just totally did. It was not all that compelling. They're like, why don't you take a look? Take a look at a previous run. Okay, well, fast forward a couple of weeks, and sure enough, at a local thrift store for a quarter, is this. I'm like, all right, this is my opportunity. This is my chance. My chance to look at this. And plus, from the cover gallery, you know how Dynamite is. You gotta have a color cover gallery. This is the 1 in 5 chase cover, so sadly, it book did cost a quarter, so it's not in the best of shape. Zeus Unbound. You gotta admit that looks pretty cool. I feel like that's all Alex Ross has done is these covers, right? Anyway, there is some great looking stuff in this book. Interior art is generally pretty pleasing to the eye. Like wherever you look, every page has something interesting to look at. Whether we're talking little kiss here, the super feral look on Mancat, like it's all just kind of interesting. There's a ton of stuff going on in this book that make it kind of complicated to talk about, especially because I'm just jumping into literally the middle of the story. Despite that, I found it kind of interesting. They're dealing with themes of these characters being reincarnated because of the magic urn that they were all trapped in as aspects of divinities, old mythological creatures. So Zeus wants the flames of Prometheus. That's really what it's all about. Funny, City of Heroes told a similar kind of story, both in game and in the City of Heroes comic book. 10 years ago. When is this from? Yep, this is kind of contemporary with that. I see 2009 down here. So I guess that kind of makes sense. These ideas were floating around. You got heroes exploring like how their powers have changed. So the target, a guy who has a bulletproof chest plate, can now no longer be hit. The green llama's all I can control plants. There's just lots of strange stuff going on. And that is the goofiest looking Zeus I've ever seen, man. Come on. He needed to trade up from his Golden Age costume into something better. Having said that, that's a pretty cool 2-page spread. Oh, you can't even see the bones. Hold on. We're like in this cave full of bones. I don't know what the cave is or why it's full of bones, but it makes for a very evocative scene. There he is, Zeus getting the flames of Prometheus back. Good job, heroes. I think all three of those are all Masquerade. And the art's fine. Like I don't want to give the impression that the art isn't fine. The art is just nice all through this book. It looks like a superhero book should. Where the book falls down is its cast is too big, and the writing from character to character is not all that interesting. Like, not in the least. Uh, Trying to give an example of that. Like, the Green Llama, back whenever it is he's testing his powers, it's just like the urn, the urn, the urn, the urn. Like somebody said the urn in this book, I don't know, like 20 times in the course of 20 pages. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous. This is probably the best bit. I wasn't trapped in the urn. No, and neither was I. You claim to have been touched by God. He's talking to Samson here. Samson of all people. It is no mere claim. Yeah, Samson can crush you, dude. I don't care who you are. Oh. But there's a lot of like gobbledygook coming out of the Green Llama's mouth. And the other characters, they don't say anything all that interesting or compelling. Like, you could take most of these text bubbles out of this book, and you wouldn't even notice them. Like, nothing that they say here in this 2-page spread, whoever these people are, is even interesting. So why is this in the book? This isn't even the whole cast. Like, that's how ludicrous that we've gotten here. You know, the original Daredevil shows up in one panel. I don't even think Mr. Face showed up in the book. Oh, wait, you know, he's probably that one vampire-looking dude, isn't he? Like, you can't keep track of it, of all these people. There's just too many of them. It's just like those gigantic ensemble X-Men casts. And unlike the X-Men, I don't have, 10, 15 years of comic book knowledge to draw upon to know who these characters are. I just know that there's 18 characters listed here. That's not nearly all of them. Should have dialed the scope back. Or split this out into more than just however many issues were in this particular miniseries. And given these characters, like, in small groups, their own separate books pursuing their own goals, and then tied it all together the last couple of issues. Done something a little more ambitious. At least printing-wise, scheduling-wise. So this was an alright book. Like, I paid $0.25 for it. I definitely got more than $0.25 worth. I wish my copy was in better shape. But it is what it is. It was $2.99 originally. This certainly seems a lot more interesting than the newer Project Superpowers book that came out starting last year. So if you can pick this up in trades or get the back issues pretty cheap, I think I'd recommend it, because this seems pretty interesting. This was definitely just like jumping right into some cool mythological stuff. People having to fight Zeus tracking down the flames of Prometheus, all that kind of stuff. It's compelling and interesting. Although I got to say, I think City of Heroes in like the 3-issue arc they did about the flames of Prometheus and Zeus and all that stuff was maybe a little bit more compelling. But I also have a very soft spot for the characters from City of Heroes from playing the MMO for. Let's not talk about how much of my life I spent playing that MMO. Cool. Well, that was Project Superpowers Chapter 2, Number 7. You all have a great day. You might want to consider checking some of this older Project Superpowers stuff out. I'm definitely feeling like it was a little bit better than the newer stuff. Bye-bye, everybody. I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you next time.